All right, it's time to go. Hello, how's everybody doing out there? Welcome to another episode of My Manic Mondays. I'm your host, CJ Robles. This is my interactive vlog, so to speak, kind of little data reference. What I just got a conversation. Oh, I just had the conversation with my guest. They're waiting in the green room, so we'll be bringing them in shortly. What's up, Mark? In the hizzy. Happy belated birthday, Mark. I saw you were celebrating, so yeah. I'll get that audiobook about the man whenever I can. But I was wanted to start off with the quotes because I always enjoy like a good motivation, a good, just somebody or someone once said, "Sorry, I had it up and it went away." Let's see where it says, "Sorry, I'm so sorry." Everybody, welcome to my Manic Mondays. There you go. Today's quote is, oh, sorry, wrong one. Where are you at? I can't believe I did this. What did I do with it? I had it right here, and now it's gone. All right, here we go. So it says, the quote today was from Kevin Smith. "More often than not, a hero's most epic battle is the one you never see. It's the battle that goes on within him or herself." That I messed up on the writing, but hey, what's up, Sean Smithson? What's up, brother? So I liked that quote for sure because it is like whatever we see on the outside sometimes doesn't connect what we see on the inside, and or it doesn't look, and most of the time it's not, it's right. So when somebody's going through something and somebody's having issues, it's like you never know what's going on, or people are in great moods and they just don't look like it on the outside, but I always like the kind of leave people their distance. But what's up, Mark? Thank you. I posted this stream in the world of Kevin Smith, as I'm sure y'all have lots of great Kevin Smith related content. Oh, we're gonna have a lot right now. We got William Bozza from The Good Soup Live is my guest tonight. I want to say thank you for coming on because we got some stories to talk about. But before we do, we'll kind of catch up on what I was doing this past week. I didn't make a video today. I just kind of chilled. But this week on Side by Side, we have. I like where we're going. I like where we're at. I totally enjoyed the movie I just saw. We're doing Batman Forever and The Batman. That's side by side. That's two movies, two friends, too much fun. It's my podcast or movie show that I have with Ben Garrett, my buddy, and we just watch two movies and we just talk about them. And I recently saw on Saturday. I saw the Batman, and I saw it again on Sunday. So I've already seen it twice. I'm really enjoying that one. So Batman Forever, I'll watch probably tomorrow. I enjoy watching this and that side by side on Thursday nights on 8 p.m. Central Time. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we just talk about two movies, and that's the movies we're doing. And man, I had a great time watching the Batman. I was enjoying it really. I was full blast. But I wanted to show this. So last week, it wasn't my birthday. It was Easter. It was the day after Easter, and I forgot. My family, they celebrate it. We always celebrate birthdays. It doesn't matter if it's not your birthday or not, regardless of if it's the month of your birthday or not. But I forget that sometimes we can't celebrate it on my birthday, March. They do it Easter, and and my niece made me a birthday cake, and I forgot to share this with everybody last time. But this is awesome. Look at this. It's a cake made out to me. It's a movie slate, a film slate. It says director, it has my name, it's productions, my birthday, and then a little scene take roll, and that's my 3/29/84, my birthday. So I thought that was nice. So I always wanted to share that, family members, make nice things, and I thought that was really cool and creative. Thank you, Caitlin. And what else? Just the garden is kicking butt. You got the grapes coming. Got the grapes coming in nice, and I just took a nice little photo of the garden. But we're here, and we're talking about. I have a guest. Thank you, Sean. I have a guest in the waiting. So everybody, let's bring him in. Let's bring in our guest of this evening, because I know I don't want to keep him waiting much longer. Him and I we're already primed. We've been having a conversation for a good half hour. So everybody from the Indie Escape Network, I want you to put your hands together and make some noise for William Bozza from The Good Soup Live. I'm missing your last name up. I'm sorry. How's it going, brother?
No, actually, you're not. And it's funny. You're probably one of the first people ever to pronounce it correctly. It is Bozza. Everyone else pronounces it Bozza.
Okay.
Because it's spelled Bozza, which is difficult. But, hey, it worked out. It's all good, man. At least you didn't call me Bill Bozo. I get that, too, a lot.
So, wait. So, would you go by William or Bill? I want to...
I mean, William, Bill, really, you can call me whatever you want, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Bill's fine, too. William's a little, I feel like I should be wearing, like, one of them, like, turn of the century, like, judge coats with the fucking white hair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, William.
William, come in. You've got things to talk about. Push some pencils around. Yeah, dude. Man, this is going to be technically the third time I've conversated with you, and we've had, indubitably, this will be the third time I've spoken with you, and man, we're just having great conversations. I've always just gravitated to people from New Jersey and just the way they are, and it's pretty cool. It's also like, I've been in Austin for almost 20 years now, and I just noticed the people that I meet from Chicago, I'd be like, why the hell do I get along so well with people from Chicago? Because I meet more people from Chicago than New Jersey, but online and people I meet in life, when I meet my people from Jersey, I'm like, you guys are just cool. Hey, what's up, Joe Ridgely, the man with the plan? Good evening, gentlemen. That's the producer for the Indie Escape. It's Joe Ridgely hanging out.
Good evening, guys. How's everybody doing tonight?
Yeah, so I don't know where to get started, because this is, like I said, my show is, it's just, we just talk, and it's open. It's an open conversation. We can talk about anything. We talk about movies. We talk about mental health. We can talk about whatever you want to talk about in those fields, or if you don't want to talk, we just hang out. I really just think
Could
you're very.
Imagine, we just sat there like. Just an hour of nothing.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting, man.
It would.
That almost happened on the first episode of our show, man. We got up there and I was like, everything just went blank. Like, what I had planned, I was just.
So I feel you on that. Let's get started on the Good Soup Live. How did that come apart? Come to be. Sorry, come apart.
So I've been building the Dented Can brand on social media for like 4 years, and
nice.
Yeah, it took a while to get it even up and moving at all. I spent a lot of my childhood in hospitals. Like, I had a lot of surgery when I was a kid. I was not well. And I wanted to do something to help. You know what I mean? Like, I drive an ambulance full time, so I wanted to be able to do something that mattered, right? So we found this charity, Child's Play, that gives video games to kids in hospitals. And the same time, I was just learning that Kevin Smith was filming Clerks 3 over in Leonardo. So I started driving by every now and again in the ambulance. And one day I happened to cross Ernie at Quick Stop, and we were bullshitting and talking. And we decided to do a charity show. And then that charity show went well, which led to, we were asked to do a full run and actually, do a weekly live stream podcast show. So
yeah,
we ran with it, man. I mean, and it's, now it's become like the thing I look forward to every week because it's fun.
That's so cool it just happens like that. And it all took that damn Rick Darris.
Oh my God. Rick Darris.
The guy that you get, man, don't turn your back on that guy. I get you. But that's cool, man. So your brand, Dented Can, and I'm going to show the image here, your tattoo.
Oh, that's my tattoo that I just got, yes.
That's some dedication, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
4 years I've been rolling with the same thing. So I was like, you know what? we can get it tattooed now. You know?
Yeah, dude, better than my tat. You got awesome tattoos. I got tattoos that you can't really see, but they're dumb parts on my body. Just
It's an obnoxious amount of money to not be able to get a decent job. Which no, that's changing. It's not really that bad anymore. But yeah, for a while, man, the hand tattoos and the neck. That's a pretty big no-no in most suit and tie type jobs.
yeah. But I mean, I do like the fact that they're opening up to that more, because it's more about your productivity opposed to your appearance. What I like.
So Sean, it is a dented canned. So A_dented_can. The brand, I call it a brand because I don't have a better word, but it's really just my social media videos and comedy and all that. We fly it all under the Dented Can name, so it's easier to find.
All right, cool. That's good to know. I'm having issues here with the comments now. They're not letting me scroll like I was earlier. I'll figure it out. That's what I'm saying. This is the one thing I love about like the live streaming and everything. It's gonna mess up.
Oh yeah.
The things are gonna mess. I had to learn for the first 2 years. I had to learn to walk away, learn to snap the wrist and walk away. I had to do that shit, because I was just getting so upset. I was like, why is my all right, there he goes. Now it's back. Now we go. But
we just had at Smodcastle. I mean, even today, and that's like professional, techs. Like I actually have people that film the show, and we had a glitch today. I mean, it happens, man. You're dealing with anything wireless and electronic. You're bound to hit some glitches. Exactly,
and even with me, just seeing where we're at in technology, that we're able to do this. When you and I are the same age, when we were kids. We enough of the playing outside stuff. We were just we couldn't really communicate with somebody across the other side of the town unless you called them, and that was basically it.
We were running around with our fucking Talkman making our podcasts. That thing, that corny toy from the Home Alone movies.
Reverse hello. Man, my brother got. I used to get pissed off at my brother because my brother wasn't into any of this stuff. He's not into any of this thing. So when they get him a gift like that, they give him that one, and I was like, he's not gonna use it. He's not gonna. I'm like, can we borrow it? And he will get pissed. It's mine. You can't use it. And I'm like, but you don't use it. I don't care. It's mine. I was like, oh my god. He had a few items like that on me that I'm like, why would you guys give it to him? Like, that's for me. You guys not know us? It's like,
you bought the perfect Christmas present for him. That should have been mine.
Yeah, it gets like that. But I mean, it's a lot of the stuff that I see is as a kid. I mean, as an adult now, when I look back having a son, I'm like. I look back, I was like, man, I saw a lot of things. I saw maybe a little too much of the envelope, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that I kind of saw it because it's like a catch-22. Like I don't know. It's like what's like your wife. I was listening to your show and she doesn't like The Matrix, or she does like The Matrix.
So she didn't like it when she watched it when they came out.
Okay.
But then when I made her sit down and watch it with me. And actually made her watch it in order and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then now she fucking loves it. And the new one, we both really like the new one, and most people hated it.
Yeah, I liked it up until the ending. Just only confused me. That was the only thing. It just confused me, the ending. But outside of that, I thought it was a great movie. The ideas they came into it. But I'm just the big old Matrix theory kind of guy. Mm-hmm. So it's the way when we live our lives and what we do now. And if anything, I mean, I'm not just hypotheses in the way theoretically, but even me being home, in my Neo environment, but not, I like that. I like doing that, but I never thought I would really be doing this right now. And it's one of the most enjoyable things I've ever done. I've done the online meet and greets, with celebrities and, filmmakers and whatnot. And I was telling you, I do Cameo. I love Cameo. I have my Kevin Smith cameo. Do I still have it up?
One from him?
Yeah, I got one. Dude, I'm only gonna play a little bit of it, but dude, it's I got one.
CJ, hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. How are you? Listen, 30.
I don't want to go too hard because I got it, but I got it from. But it was funny because, man, with Kevin, this is what I gotta say. I'm learning a lot. Like I'm saying, I'm learning from you. I learned from a lot of people, but what I've been able to learn from Kevin, really, when I've honed in on my view askew and just my Kevin Smith work in the last. I watched a lot of movies growing up, but it wasn't until last year we started the podcast Side by Side that we got into just we'd find something we liked, and we got into episode 7. We said, let's watch Kevin Smith movies. We saw Clerks and Clerks 2. And I loved Clerks, always loved Clerks. And Clerks 2, I remember watching it, but I think it was the one where I went on a date. And we both had fun watching it, but the girl and I both like left like, oh, okay. It wasn't haha like we thought it was, but I think it's because I went with a date and we were talking and stuff. So when I watched it again on my own, I was like, oh my god, I love this movie. But when we did it, what do you call it? When we did it for the podcast, I forgot what I rented it for. Yeah, I rented it for like 48 hours. And I just watched it over and over and over
You're talking
and
about two,
over.
right?
Yeah, part 2.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
And I just fell more in love. Like
That's doable with that movie. That movie's funny as fuck.
dude, it's so funny. But just the fact, like, one of my favorite things about that movie is the opening scene, where they're just getting like Randall and Dante are just getting ready to go to work, and he captured like that hustle, that grind. Like I just remember working at the restaurant cafe. I love waiting tables. I waited tables for 9 years. Fine dining, but I love it. Problem is, I got a little too old, and then you get long in the tooth, and I already prepared to leave. So
I feel the same way with the show. Jesus Christ, with the EMS thing, man. I mean, I'm like pushing 40, and I'm an EMT, and like I'm looking in it, and I'm like, everyone else that does this is like 23 years old.
yeah,
I'm like, might be time to move on.
yeah. I mean, it's a good life experience, and man, thank you for being a first responder, because I have and talk about mental health. I have a buddy that he's like, him and I are very similar, but at a certain point when we were younger, like, he did have a kid, like he got someone pregnant like a very young age, so he had to kind of grow up a little bit quicker. But he went straight into that EMS, and he had tried a lot of things, but went into paramedic, like he skyrocketed. But like, I didn't talk to him for like 10 years, and then we hung out with him like 2020. And I was different, man. And I think this was kind of made me kind of lean more into a lot of this mental health, because like he was showing a lot of PTSD from the job.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that sucks. But then I'm like, I'm manic depressive as fuck, so I'm connecting with him. So let's just have this feeling. But then I was like, and I'm like, dude, it's insane how I was like, I've seen this guy go through it, and I was like, holy shit, like you gotta like give it up to those people like you and that you do this, because it's wear and tear, brother, physically and mentally.
It is. But luckily for me, I've been doing it forever, and eventually you hit a point where I don't know, it just doesn't do the same. Like, the first 5 years you're in it, you see everything, and I mean everything.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to where, like, I've been doing this almost 20 years, man. So like you get to a point where I'm at, you're like, like your younger EMT partner is running around in circles while the guy's bleeding, freaking out, and you're just sitting there going, just slow down.
Yeah.
All right, gauze pad. Like, listen, there's nothing we're gonna do either way. Let's just go. Like, get him to the hospital.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like you have to accept that. Like, there's only so much you can do, but you're there to help. They're better with you there than not. So.
Yeah, I mean, like, a lot of it, I find that the EMTs and people, like, in this field when they're young, and I did it when I was younger, EMT too, they miss is that, like, it's almost the exact same answer no matter what. Doesn't matter what the problem is. Like, they're bleeding to death. Yep. Put pressure on the wound, get them to the hospital as fast as you can. They're choking to death. Yep. Try to push the air out of the lungs, get them to the hospital as fast as you can. Like, so, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, it's always like there's one step, and then it's get them to the hospital as fast as you can. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I did and when I was 26, my hometown was hiring like a bunch of like 20 firefighters. So I went down there to try out and do that. And then, but this is right when they had like a new freaking bonus or something from the state or to get started. I don't know. It was a big thing. I was number 21, so I never got it. So now I stand here hanging out with you. This was great.
Nice.
I wouldn't be doing that. But I remember I thought it was just firefighting, because I have family members that do it. And I just remember they were saying, well, now we're doing paramedic and EMS. And I did one ride around in like Medina County, and I saw an accident, and I was like, "Oh, I can't do this shit."
Yeah,
I was like, "I can't."
It's
I can't.
not for everyone. That's for
Yeah,
sure.
because not go for it. No, I'll just say, as soon as they said like, "Oh, I'm sorry, you're number 21, you can't make it, but we'll keep you on. We keep your records for a year, and we can call you back." But I went on that. In between that, I went to that ride along, and I was like, "If they call me back, it's definitely not a no."
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing this. We get a lot of people because I train a lot now. Obviously, in my older age, they feel my best task is to teach.
There you go.
So I train people, and they Sorry, I was just being told that I sound low on the live stream, and to turn my volume up a little bit.
Oh, is that from Angie?
That's from Angie.
She has it here. She says, my favorite Kevin Smith movies are Dogma, Red State, and Tusk.
Tusk is is a favorite of both of ours. I love that movie.
Oh, there you go. Gotta love it.
So the EMS thing, man, we get a lot of new people that come in, and they'll come in and they're like, well, I really, really want to be an EMT, and I'm really good with people. I don't like the smell of throw up, and I can't really handle blood, and riding backwards is a bit of a problem for me. And I'm like, you're in the wrong fucking field, bro. Like, you have no idea how bad this is going to get for you.
Dude, I didn't even think about riding backwards. Holy shit. You do, that's a lot of...
backwards, yeah. You got to get used to it. I mean, even me, 20 years later, if I'm in the back of the truck all day, I'll even start being like, all right, guys, like, I need to...
So what got you into that? What got you into doing an EMS and
it's the dumbest story on earth, bud. Ready?
It's
this simple.
Let's listen.
17-year-old Bill. I had dropped out of high school. I was going to be a rock star. I was playing drums. We were in a band, and there was interest. We were on Matt Pinfield's show a few times, and we were possibly going to get signed by Island Def Jam Records, which I know sounds ridiculous because we were punk.
Yeah.
But it's actually the label Sum 41 was signed to. They do have a punk side to the same company. But one of the guys in the band, one of my best friends, he was an EMT, and he had the jacket, and it was so super cool. And when we didn't get signed, and I was like, oh, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? He was like, you should get your EMT. And then I did. And that was it. Like, literally, I wish I could say it was anything more, but I took an accelerated program. So I did my EMT in less than a month. We went
that's
8 hours a day, 5 days a week. It was obnoxious. But, yeah, so it was something stupid, man. It was the kid. Honestly, I just liked the way the jacket looked.
That's all it takes, dude.
And the idea of having strobing blue lights in my Mustang at the time. I was 17 turning 18. I mean, who doesn't want to have cop lights in their fucking...
Oh, hell yeah, dude. that's how it is, dude. You start with something. Like, I always jumped around a lot, and then I started focusing on things, and I was always like, I never gave up on like the filmmaking or the acting. I just I just didn't really know how to figure out how to do it, but you're already doing it. You just make it a business. That's all you do, and you just you figure that out. But you do what you enjoy doing, so you don't feel like you're wasting your time. Like, for me to go somewhere now and sit 8 hours, it's hard for me to do that. Like, I like, it's hard because I've did it for so long, and now I'm not doing that anymore. So now it's like, oh, I know what we can do online. I know we can do the same amount of information. We don't have to be at this place, or if we can, like, I don't know. I like socializing a little bit, but I go for work. I'm one of those. I like the jobs that are just like, here's a shovel and there's the dirt. Go dig it. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I don't have to think, because in that way I come back to here and I can do all my thinking. I don't have to worry. That's why I like doing it.
I feel like work's like a 12-hour, and not because of the patient, a 12-hour game of Saw. It's like, so what do I have to do to go home early? Do I gotta like swallow broken glass? It's like fucking torture, bro. I don't want to be there and it's not. Listen, I love helping people. It's not like that.
No, it's the job. No, but you're being honest, dude, and that's awesome.
It's 12 hours a day of just incessant nonsense, like, for no reason. Like, this shit I do now, bud. I do discharges. Like, I don't do shit. I'm not saving lives anymore, okay? Like, literally, I bring people home from the hospital or to, like, nursing homes and rehabs. So, like, there should be zero stress incorporated with that end of it, and there somehow always fucking is, and I have no idea why. Like, so, I don't know. I'm burnt out. So, the same thing, but, like, my heart is in this kind of stuff. I love entertaining. I love getting on that stage at the Smog Castle every Monday and making a complete ass out of myself for other people's enjoyment. It is literally the best thing I ever do.
Yeah.
So it's torture being at the ambulance job during the week, man. I fucking hate it.
Dude, hey, but I mean, it's those moments, man. I think it's like the sands of time that you're gaining in there, graining. Like, it's like now you're at the opposite end. Like, when you dive into it, you're going, now you go on the opposite. So it's a harder grain, but it's just like, all right. But I look at it like this: is there, if any advice or anything I'd give, because I've done so many jobs. And when it comes to filming and acting, like, I was also raised on, like, that's not real stuff. You can't do shit with that.
That was my same thing, and I feel like it may have had an effect, and that's why I'm just getting open enough to do this kind of stuff at my age.
Exactly.
Because I was so insecure, because my parents were always like, that's your fucking that's a hobby. It's a hobby. That's all that is. And I'm like, yeah, but they make millions of dollars with that hobby. Yeah, but you're not going to do that. I'm like,
I gotta do the John Cena, like reverse John Cena. I'm like, just because you can't see what I'm doing doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. I know what you're doing because you just go to your job and you come back home. That's okay. I did that. I enjoyed that while I could. But now I'm doing, and this is also more of a challenge for me. This is also more of a like figuring it out. But I mean, doing this stuff understanding like that, like what you were just saying here about EMS, like you've been doing it for 20 years, man. Like that's dedication, dude. And you're ready
on and off. I don't want to say I did it for 20 years straight. I worked big times at same company. So like I worked in Jersey City for like 9 years.
Yeah.
And then I got shot, and then I stopped working in Jersey City immediately.
Where'd you get shot, my friend?
I had a vest, but I got shot dead square in the chest. Broke. It still broke 3 ribs. I mean, it was no joke, man.
Damn, man.
I'll tell you that whole shit about you see in the movies when they get popped with the vest and they pull that bullshit. You understand me?
Were you
Dude,
just
I had a black circle like this for like 3 months.
Oh shit! Were you doing like were you following behind the cops and then you just haven't been line of sight, or did somebody?
Somebody got shot. We got called. The scene was secure, and then when we went to save the guy, apparently the person who shot him did not want him to be saved. So he literally walked up and popped me in the chest with a 38.
Did they pop him or what happened?
Nah, that's not how that works. They no, unfortunately, things move faster out there. Or I don't know about now, but back when I did it, they did. So you'd get the cops would clear the scene and then they'd leave. Because they got other shit to be doing, bro. They got 10 calls backed up on their screen.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. But, and then I did the small township 911s for a while. And then I got into transport because it's easy and it pays well. Well, it pays as well as EMS is going to pay, which... Yeah,
that was my friend was saying something about the helicopter is what he does, and that's why, because it pays the most or something like that.
That's big money, but, I mean, that's a lot more school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't particularly do well. School's tough for my attention span.
Oh, I got you. All right. Got some comments here with Sean Smithson. He says, EMS and paramedics see a lot. I used to do ride-alongs with a girlfriend's brother-in-law, and it's crazy what you see. I have a lot of respect for them. Thank you, Sean. Another comment. Never had a family with a station wagon that had flipped up seats facing backwards. I take it. Because
of the ambulance. Yeah, the problem is your station wagon's not usually doing like 90. And taking turns at fucking.
And then Angie here, you work 3 days a week, Bill.
Yes, I do work 3 days a week, but what Angie doesn't understand is they cram 10 days of bullshit into those 3 days.
Yes. I'm like, I don't care. Like, I was like, I really don't care how many days or what's on, because I'm like, I know whatever you're there, they're getting their money out of you.
But to be fair, Angie can talk shit because Angie also works in the healthcare field as a nurse, and Angie is just as fried as I am, if not more.
We'll start getting the views in at the Good Soup Live, because we'll just keep jumping into all things View Askew.
Yeah.
You've had the man himself.
We did. Kevin Smith joined us on the 5th episode. You guys can check that out everywhere. All podcasting servers and all over our Facebook and Instagram stuff. He came on. He was super awesome, too. Said some really nice things about the show and about us, and it made me... it made me really happy, man. Like, I mean, that dude's one of my heroes. So, and I did not know. You could see the reaction when he first comes out on any of the videos, and we had no fucking clue that was coming down.
Yeah, man. You could tell you have because you do you do one of these. You're like, what? Like, you kind of get up, and then it's like.
Because when he first called in, they said you had a caller, and I had a feeling they were going to do something, right? So, I'm like, all right, no problem, send it through. And he sends it through, and it's, I can tell it's him right out of the gate. And I'm like, oh, how nice. He called in between flights. And then he popped out, and I was like, wait, whoa, what? He rendered me, the person who can't shut the fuck up for more than 30 seconds, speechless through half that episode because of that. Because I was just sitting there going...
Dude, when I saw that, I was like, this guys, where he has Kevin Smith. He's gonna be popping on this damn show. I was like, damn. But then we talked, and I was like, oh, that's even an honor. You just gotta stop by like that. I was like,
he
holy
crashed
shit.
it, and it was so cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I crashed Kevin's. I mean, I paid for it, but I got to meet him, and damn, that was so
There he
fucking cool, man. Yeah, dude, like getting to talk to him. I've eaten movies like 4 times, dude. Like, get a chance.
I ate it once, and I'm gonna say we got it this last time that they came to Jersey, and I mean, I don't know if I would say it was a good $35 cheeseburger, but it wasn't a bad $35 cheeseburger. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I paid. I mean, I got the vegan
I
one.
ate it. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, I got the vegan burger, and
Well, that whatever. Yeah, I think I got a vegan burger, but it had like vegan cheese on it or
Yeah,
something. Whatever it was. Yeah.
yeah, I was like, dude, 30. Yeah, it gets a little. I think we were paying $25 over here in Texas. I think it was 20, but maybe about 30. No, it was 30, after tax. It was like 30.
Yeah, it was like
yeah,
because I bought 2 tickets. It came out to just over 70.
yeah. I got you. And then you're doing the. I would totally go, and I was planning to go to the May 7th, the May 8th.
I mean, I won't be there that I know of.
Oh, that's right.
Unfortunately, I am but a broke person. So,
Okay.
I cannot afford a ticket, and that's their event. You know, we are. Don't get me wrong. We're super supportive of the View Askew. Johnny obviously will be there, but I mean that's their birthday.
Yeah,
But I can't. I'm not going to intrude on that. I mean, that guy. You know,
Is that
and
is
plus,
that?
my anxiety wouldn't do great with that.
Oh, yeah,
that's
it's
a
hard.
lot. That's going to be a lot of fucking people.
Let's see. We got some comments in here. Yeah, with Mark Lamb said the oh crap, and then Sean Smithson says those air paramedics get the ladies. Oh yeah.
I feel like we should play Pony right now. Bow.
Boom, boom, boom. Got on it.
Nice.
Kevin and cousin Johnny. Yeah, the other
Yes.
CJ. That's right. Look, I wanted to bring that up, but it was $35 to eat the movies with the screen used movie in Jersey.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. Oh yeah, I think might know Mark Lamb. This guy's all of you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude. So
Hi,
what was
Mark.
it? Yeah, what's up, Mark? Hanging out with us. Yeah, he's probably getting home from work. But I was gonna talk about that because it is. Well, wait, did I not upload it? My bad. 1 second, because I was gonna talk about cousin Johnny for a second.
Cousin Johnny.
I wanted to show off the. I thought I put it in here. What did I do with this? Sorry.
Cuffs.
Yeah, I thought I had finger cuffs ready uploaded. ready to
Finger
go.
Cuffs got quite the tan out in fucking Florida, man. He was down at Disney for the last week and a half or some shit, and yeah, dude, he came back. I'm like, wow, we're looking mighty bronze.
A little bronzy there. So we're talking about cousin Johnny here. Good old
There
finger
he
cuffs.
is. Cody
There-
London.
That's his. That was. I was like,
That's
heard
that
the name.
character's name, yeah.
Character Cody London. Yeah. So cousin Johnny.
The goddamn pair of fucking Chinese finger cuffs.
I gotta say, man, his voice. He's got to do some kind of. I'm happy he's on your show because that voice goes well for podcasting. But he's got to do some kind of voice acting or something, man. And just letting him tell a story. That dude can he's got tons of stories, and I'm like, this. No wonder he's related because he's got.
Johnny was a no. There was no question when we were asked. We wanted to get a guest to get the first show rolling, right? And Johnny volunteered right at the gate, and I was like, "All right, yeah, you were on the other one. It was super fun, you know." And after the first episode, I went back to him the next day and was like, "Bud, I need you. I need you to just be part of this show." And he was like, "I had so much fun, absolutely."
Yeah.
So now he's a third of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, no, it's so cool. I got even just the time that y'all play the time y'all go live. I'm kind of sitting up here. I'm kind of not.
Yeah, you wanted to say at the time. You at 7 when you guys get up there and play podcast.
No, not play. I was gonna say because I'm playing I'm getting my kid over here. We're in the garage but I'm like I like putting the earbuds on and just listening to you guys talk because it's the conversation is the way they go, the way they flow, very entertaining, very it's not and it's there's
New Jersey.
Yes,
very New
I
Jersey.
gotta say I love that. It's just, and it's people probably get annoyed with me because I'm always like, it's real. They're real people, man. They're real people over there. They don't talk enough about you guys.
I know.
And there's a lot of artists over there in New Jersey. And I remember I'm in Texas, born and raised Texas, and I would watch Conan O'Brien and the New York show, right? And they'd crap on people in Jersey all the time, little jokes here and
my
there.
God.
And I'd be like, well, I like Conan, but I don't know anything. I'm not from Jersey. And then they do all the parodies on SNL. And now I'm starting to learn more and more. I'm like, fuck these guys, man. They literally
but to be fair, I'm gonna be real, man. I mean, the jokes, they didn't come out of nowhere. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? Look, I always, I see comedians all the time talk about how people from Jersey are all like shady and sketchy and shit. And I was like, ew, fuck you, bro. And then it was like a year later, I'm looking around and I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel it, dude. Being from the border, man, I totally get it. But it's like if you're from there and you get it, you get
love it. Yeah.
You love it. Yeah. And it's hard.
And it's a black hole that just keeps sucking you back. Like I left, man. I was in Maryland for 5 years and we're back.
That's right, dude.
Right
Maryland.
in fucking New Jersey.
How's the Maryland lifestyle for
I
you?
loved it. All right, so I loved the Maryland lifestyle at first, like the having no neighbors, having a boat, living on the water. The food, the fucking seafood was to die for.
God. Yeah.
But then, I never really, because I live in Jersey, where there is no real small towns. You know what I mean? Like there is, but not really. Everybody's kind of got that city mentality in the state because we're so close to, like, what, 3 or 4 different major cities. You know what I mean? So, that old school country, southern home fried back towns. You know what I mean? We had a lot of that down in Maryland, and it's different. It's not necessarily bad, but I couldn't adjust. Everybody wants you to just take it slow, calm down. I'm like, I'm from New Jersey. We don't do slow and calm. We go full force as fast as we can, all day, every day. You know what I mean?
Well, I totally feel you. I was even when I would go home, people would be like, "It's the midweek," because I work online. As I live here, I can live on the internet, right. And I would go down to my hometown during the week because it's just I don't like being on the weekends all the time, or just go hang out and see my mom for a couple of days. And I go to Walmart or something, and somebody they'd be like, "Oh, are you moving back?" Like, nah, I was just walking around. Like everything's so slow here. Like I appreciate it because where I'm at, it's like just fast. But then I realized if I had to pick between the slow or the fast, I'm picking the fast.
Yeah,
every time. Yeah, I'm like I'm happy that I'm from the slow, but I don't want to stay here. Even when I talked to Jeff Anderson. He was when I talked to him.
I've never even met him. You know that?
Yeah, he's a dude. He's a real person, man. When I say real, like he doesn't care about like social media. He doesn't care about being an actor. Like he likes performing and stuff, but like he doesn't care about all that celebrity that comes with all that. So like you can't really get a hold of him for anything. He's just kind of there. But when I talked to him, it was at Rhode Island Comic Con, and I was like, you know what, Jeff? You know what's crazy? Like I was a friend that you basically saw like at a very young age, you saw like the entertainment world opened up for you for 1 second, and it said, hey, step in and audition for this movie, and you'll get it. And he like stepped in, and then like the door shut behind him, and he's just been in the other side the whole time, just like hanging out. He's like, yeah, it's pretty much, brother. And he's like, and I told him, because I had said that I was from a small town and I was over there in Rhode Island. He's like, dude, New Jersey. I think he's from Leonardo. I think he said.
Well, all right. To be fair, all right. So it's when I said small town, I meant like kind of country, small town. But like Jeff Anderson, I've been to Leonardo. I grew up right here in the same type of area, and size, yes, it is. It's 2 streets.
Oh dang,
dude, it's tiny, like the quick stop. That's it.
That's it.
That's Leonardo, bro. That's all it is.
That's the flag, just the quick stop.
So there's one right before the quick stop. There's a sign that says "Welcome to Leonardo," and right after, like literally 30 feet after the quick stop, there's a sign that says "Thank you for visiting."
Oh wow. No, dude,
I'm from tiny though.
I'm from there's a city called Brackett. I'm from the border, so it's like that's the starting point. But then like it's 30 minutes out. There's a small little town. Like our town's like 30,000. This town's like 2,000 now. But back then, I remember when they got when I was a kid, it was like 1992, and they got the stoplight in. It was like a big deal. We like wait for that. The house was like I remember being like, holy shit, we're all here. We're just watching this guy install a stoplight. Like it's like okay.
But that's how it starts. So when I was a kid in this area, it was similar, man. There wasn't much out in like the Monroe Township, Middlesex County. It was all farms, and then the pizzeria came, and then the traffic light, and now you're like, buildings are popping up, apartment buildings, and woods are getting torn down, and you're like, okay.
Oh God, welcome to Austin, Texas, going through
There's
this
fucking traffic on one lanes. You're like, what the fuck,
dude. I was just so like. I don't know, in Austin, like the gentrification was going on around me. And I was just like, as soon as I start seeing, one thing I know about gentrificationers, the first thing they're going to do is build the wall. So as soon as they buy the land, they clear it, and they take out all the vegetation, all the tree, and then they start building walls. And then I'm just like, oh, wait, I guess we can't hang out here anymore. Oh, start hanging out over here. And then they start building a wall over here, and you're like, okay, I can't. And before you know it, you're boxed in. You're like, wait a minute, what the hell? But my environment just changed. But everybody's environment changed recently, so I'm okay with it. It's like we're living. I would say like the combination of the Matrix meets the Sims.
Yeah.
So it's
and
like
something went terribly awry.
Yeah.
We don't know what.
But I'm also like I look at some people where I'm like, dude, you can be any avatar you want, any avatar in the world, but you choose this guy. You choose to be this version. I'm like, okay, fuck it. It was like, see, Angie wrote a comment. I can't see. It says, "OMG, that pic." That
Cheebit, yeah.
Cheebit.
The one I showed on the show today. You guys will see it if you go back and check the show. Yeah, I'm going to plug myself on your
Go
show.
for it. Do it. That's what you're here for.
No, the Good Soup Live. Yeah, if you check it out, you'll see my artist who did the cans, right? Who drew this, the tattoo, and she does all the Good Soup logos, all the merch logos, and she is at Cheebit Creations on Instagram. But she did a Kohi, exactly the picture that you just showed. She did an illustration of that picture to do at the for Johnny to sign. So we printed a bunch of glossies up for him so that he has pictures to sign and give people at the Big Stash 25th event.
Did you get was it this one? Was it this is this the glossy or
it's exactly that.
The finger cuffs?
Yes, but it's a cartoon of it. That looks like it's in a comic book. And that was the whole point. Yeah. So,
it's pretty cool though. So now you can put them in the animated Jay and Silent Bob now. So now because Johnny.
Are they even making that anymore though?
I don't know. They always bring it. They always talk about it. But I mean, I think they're gonna go that route eventually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm assuming the physical, unless they really get like.
Why? What are you afraid that eventually we're gonna see Jay and Silent Bob like sitting out there with beards out to here and wheelchairs?
Yeah, something like that.
135.
We're
Silent Bob go to dialysis.
I would, and to be honest with you, I hope it never goes away. I hope we get to 60.
I hope it's like Cheech and Chong, where one of them's 80 and the other's 9400 or something, and they're still making me laugh. Did you ever see the old video? It's older, but I mean Tommy was still old during it. It was with it was a spoof on the Lincoln ad with Matthew McConaughey.
The one with the boogers and stuff.
No, the one. Well, maybe I know at the end of it, his GPS is telling him because he's at his probation office, and the car pulls up and it's like the Vizine's in the glove box.
One thing I gotta say about Kevin Smith, man, is regardless whether you like him or not, he's gonna say whatever he's gonna say. He's gonna talk.
Oh, yeah.
And
his daughter is too. Have you ever seen what happened with her lately?
No. What's going on with her? What's going on with the girl Harley?
She put up a couple pictures on her Instagram, and like one of them was like her in a bikini at the beach. Not, tasteful. Somebody apparently said something about vegans should be skinny. Yo, but no, you don't understand. This girl, I literally, dude, when I saw her reply, I was like, bravo.
Oh, I wish she was
like the most elegant way I've ever heard someone tell you to go fuck yourself in my life. And I was like, good for you, Harley. Good for you.
Now you got to share. What did she say?
She goes on. I honestly, I'm not well spoken enough as a person.
I'm gonna have to go look it up. I'll look it up.
Yeah, if you look it up, that's fine. But I could not quote it because it was very well done. It was this big thing about how we're not going to body shame and super positivity, but it still had that undertone that whoever it was that made the comment was like, ow.
Yeah, yeah. Like,
so, like, I don't know. The Jersey in me was like, mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Sweet,
you're right.
sweet.
That inner us, that inner wherever you're from, you can't really. It's that whole thing like you can take the person out of the sticks, but you can't take the sticks out of the person, kind of shit.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I still need a signed finger trap. We actually have an idea. We're going to be trying to do that, Mark. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump.
No, I can't. The thing is, I can't read the comments. I can only tap them at the very top, but I can't read what it is. Like, I can read the prior one. They're easy because they're up, but I don't know what's going on with
that
the stream.
Bottom one? Yeah.
Yeah, I can't read the bottom one, but it says...
I don't know. Mine's doing the same thing right now.
Yeah. So you still need the finger trap. You know what? That would be... How could you... No, I mean, if you just smush the finger trap, have them sign it, and then just push it back up.
What we were going to do is take those eventually. They'll be on thegoodsouplive.com as soon as it's launched. I'm working on it.
There you go.
But the idea was those Kohi pictures that I was just talking about. We're going to have a finger trap, like as part of it. So it's gonna come with its own finger trap signed by Johnny on it.
That's gonna be awesome. But I gotta say, anybody, if you, I do some plugs here for the Good Soup Live, like just listen to Johnny talk, like just little stories about him when they were younger, just like little things. And like you just said today, like I would take out the boat 90 feet, like 90 yards by myself. Like who the what? Like you just go out there, I could just see us, just get on the boat, going out with no GPS, and then coming back, and then having the sense to like get back. Yeah. Like holy shit, dude! Like that's because I've done like where I grew up. You know, you go over to Mexico, and it kind of feels like you can do whatever the fuck you want, but you really can't. But within reason, you know.
So you really can't. But I mean,
yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I don't want people to go there and be like, "This guy said you could do." No, I mean, like where I'm a local kid. I just go there, you know. So like I have these stories, and like we had talked about right now. You're saying like there people don't want to believe some of the stories you say, and I'm like, yeah, I totally get you. Like it's like. Like that, like you say something, and then that look, I don't believe you. And you're like, okay, then don't fucking ask me, all right?
Yeah,
you don't want to, leave me the fuck alone. Like, yeah, that's what gets.
Especially because most of like my stories, if you see, even on the show or in general, man, they circle around to like, and like they usually end like this, ready? And that's when I realized that I'm an idiot. And so it's like, why would I make that up?
Yeah. Yeah, especially, and I'm like, I didn't go into detail. I didn't sit down and write this. Like, this is what happened. This is what I remember. Here we go. And it's just, I don't know. And then it's just to me, it's like nowadays, like I just don't even give a shit. Like now, it's like I had to believe, like all, like, oh god, I had a conversation with somebody, and I was talking about I got into breakups, and then I had said I got ghosted, and then this guy said, yeah, I got ghosted too, and I was like, no, but I physically got ghosted. Like I was with somebody, and then they just like. They just left my life.
They just like took off running.
Yeah, like they like physically left my life. Like they don't have social media or anything. Your person like stopped responding to your messages. Like you never. And not to say that's not a relationship, because I know the mind intertwines. But for me at the time, I was like, well, no, I think it's worse. But I mean, to me, it's just like he's just like, yeah, I'm in a relationship, and we broke up. And I'm like, what? What do you mean? Let's see. Angie did say. It's the first post on her IG. She explains the entire thing. All right, I'll go check it out for Harley.
Yes, and it's pretty cool, man. It really is. She did that was solid.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, depending how you could always go back at someone else, and especially when they can't come back, and once the internet gets a hold of it, you're fucked. What does it matter if 100% real or not? It's entertaining. Roll with it. I think it is good. I think it's it does matter, because if you have entertainment and it's all bullshit, it's great if you keep it in bullshit. But then I don't want your bullshit to me to have to believe it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm at. Like, yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's also not like we're coming out with that. Like, it's not like I'm coming out on the show and being like, or with my stories and being like, and then I flew off into the fucking clouds.
Yeah.
I can show you you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
we're not. The stories aren't that outlandish, you know. I've had a lot of jobs. People struggle with that. There's no way you did that too. Man, I didn't say I did it for 30 years. I said I did it.
You know, like I was going to real estate school, and I just wanted to go to the school just to learn.
You too?
Yeah, see, I think that's
what
you
all the way through it.
Nah, I finished it. And when you said the thing about the paramedic school, you went to the fast one. I did that with. Actually, I gotta say, I love the fact that real estate school kicked my love for education more, because I did the 27 weeks. Oh no, sorry. 27 days. It's 7 classes in 27 days.
That sounds ungodly.
So you're basically like in 1 week you're doing 2 classes, but on that Sunday you're starting the next class for the following week. So you're kind of have 3, but it's like it's not as bad, especially when they're giving you the damn answers on most of the stuff. So
fair enough.
You know, if it's just like memorize the test and go take it, but opposed to like I have to look for everything. By which you have to look it up. It's better that way. Anyways, but I got into when I go to real estate school. Like I still use a lot of that information nowadays, especially when I buy my own home, and you know if I have whatever. But I was just kind of like looking at it, and I had some people kind of tell me like, "Well, you're gonna be a realtor now? Whoa, I thought you were this." I was like, "I'm just learning, dude." My comment was, "It's not the 1980s. Like you don't need to have one job. Like you know you could do whatever it can. It's like it's how I see it as it's how you entertain yourself. I mean, not entertain yourself, but how you enjoy your time here. We all have a finite of time on Earth, and
we don't know how long it is.
And we don't.
That's the other thing. It's a mystery.
And then I remember, dude, I randomly live in a hotel. Nothing bad. It was just when I was younger, a circumstance happened where I had to live in a hotel with my roommate for 6 months.
Okay.
And I got a bunch of like, I didn't even realize I was going to a bunch of like, I'd just get bored and walk down to the conference area, and I would just see these motivational speakers and two of them really got me, like that really like stuck in me. And one guy did the whole like there's like 6 people in the room, and he's there with his like he's old Gil from Simpsons. He got Gil, got to get it up there, and he's over there. And then finally he just turns to the audience, and he picks on us, and he picks on me, and he goes, "You right there, you could start a business." And I was like, "Yeah, sure." He goes, "No, right now with you, with everything you have on. How much money do you have on you?" I was like, "I got like $20." He was like, "With those $20, you can go. You already have enough to be a millionaire." And I was like, "What?" And he just kind of just bringing it down, and it all stuck in my head. And then I was realizing now we're doing all this and what we're doing. And I'm like, "Oh, I don't need to spend money here. Oh, I don't need to do that. I don't need to know this. Oh, okay." And it's like, why do I? It's like you start learning all this shit. But I learned that like in 2007, 2006 ish. Like I would have never really known that shit, like unless I was in that situation. And then you start, like we're telling stories. Yeah, we tell a story, and you tell somebody, it's like, hey, we lived in a hotel, but it was not a big deal. Like like it was cool. But I just remember meeting a lot of different people, man, and they had like different walks of life, shall I say? But but I don't have anything to really say like, oh, here I can make a whole movie on this like experience. It was just like a portion of my life.
Me and my wife, I give you a good example. Me and my wife talk about this because we kind of fall into the same thing, man. Like I thoroughly enjoy talking to someone. My attitude has always been like, you never know what you can learn off somebody random. Fuck what they look like. Fuck what they're driving. Like you never know, man. Right?
Yeah.
My wife's more of like a people spectator. She likes to people watch. So like we'll go out and she wants to check out what everybody's doing. I'm more of like, what's that dude's name? The guy who like sticks his finger in the crocodile's asshole.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I'm the Steve Irwin of weird people. So like the second I see somebody who's like off the wall, I have to talk to him. I'm like, what is the story with this guy, man? Like, and it's not judgy. Like I just want to know. Like,
yeah.
I'm like, what? Why are you wearing leather fucking spandex and a cowboy hat in the mall?
Yeah.
Like,
I get no. So that's where you and I still get along, but the approach is different because you'll go see someone, the weirdo will find me. The weirdo, it's like it's like they're like it's like this is like I'm here, like I'm over here, and all of a sudden you just see.
Nice. They just slide in the frame. They're like,
hey,
here we are.
Can you smell that? That's me. I smell like that. Do you like that smell? I hope you do. It's a really nice fragrance. I have to go, but I'll come back and bother you later. I'll see you. And then I'm stuck like, God damn it, I bet you that's the hostess son. And sure enough it is. All right, let's see. CJ sent you screenshots of her reply.
Oh, of Harley's.
Oh, thank you. I'm not looking at my phone. Here you go. All right, Sean, I'll look at it. Definitely talking to odd people is actually fun, and you hear some crazy stories. Yeah.
But not odd even in a bad way. I can tell you right now, I can't remember the guy's name. So if by chance he's watching, I apologize. But like Englishtown auction 5 months ago, man, I met a Tupac Shakur impersonator, or at least I think he was an impersonator.
Might have met Machiavelli.
But why would he be at the Englishtown auction? That's the only part of it where I'm like, maybe not.
Was he wearing like the thug life stuff?
Yeah, full on.
But you know what? There are some people that they don't mean to be like impersonators, but they just look so much. Oh, he is. Oh, I thought you said you know. Okay,
card and shit.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you said he did. I misinterpreted. My bad.
So he, no, you're good, man. He wound up being a really cool guy. I still chat with him occasionally.
Yeah.
But a problem is this is so embarrassing. But I mean, like I've been talking on and off to this dude for like a year. Like, we just, text every now and then back and forth. But he's been programmed as fucking Tupac in my phone for so long, I don't remember the dude's name.
Oh, God, yeah. That happens. Or if I hate it when I program somebody's name wrong in my phone. I'm like, I gotta delete this, and I need to get your number all over. It's a process I do. I can't, because now I have you under Sarah, and I found for some reason your name is actually Morgan. I don't know how I messed this up. Like, I don't know, but I can't. So I keep calling you Sarah and you never keep turning. So it's like,
yeah, right.
It's like I get it. We got another comment here. Yeah, not in a bad way. All right, cool. Thanks, Sean. I'll look at the Harley Quinn. We're almost over. I mean, I'll let the show run as long as I can. I'm having a great time. We still
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, dude. 7. I just just picking your brain and seeing
what's left of it. We did film today as well. So
I know. Yeah, you're like, if I like what you say. It's like I got another hour to go. If you want to. You want to hear me for an extra hour. But thanks. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
doing a little marathon thing here going. You did your show earlier. Now you're here.
It's all good.
Yeah, dude. But
Honestly, I've been stoked for a reason to set up my gear. I've never got to use it. I
Yeah.
bought all this shit to start this show, and then we wound up doing it at Smog Castle, where I don't bring my equipment because they have their own.
And we have the same equipment too, which is I thought was
Yes.
funny.
Yes,
And
we do.
but that is cool about this podcast that they have like everything there and that whole experience you're going through. It's and one thing I gotta appreciate that you're doing is like you're actually helping like someone like myself. Like you have a foot in, and I'm able to see because you have that crack open in the door. You know, other people I feel like they'll just pass by just to see what it is and move. But I'm like you learn from each other. We learn from other podcasts. You listen to what you need to listen to or go where you need to go.
I put it like this, and I think you'll appreciate this because it brings everything back to the man himself. I am not better at this than anybody. I'm going to tell you right now, but we have no fucking clue what we're doing. We have fun up there, and that translates well from what I can see, right?
Yeah.
But like the bottom line of this whole thing is like Kevin on his one comedy special, he talks about how his show Comic Book Men, it was the special, the one that he actually had the heart attack at. And he's talking about Comic Book Men, and he's like, you know, we're gonna end our 7th season and or whatever it was, and you know, he's like, don't applaud. He's like, we just follow one of the most watched shows on Earth, which was The Walking Dead at the time. And he's like, you know, people think I got this big TV dick. He's like, really, we're just surfing on Robert Kirkman's big TV dick. So like, I feel like, you know, Kevin has, after coming on the show, has given me permission to surf on like maybe one of his pubes, I'm guessing, and with my little podcast show. And I'm happy to let other podcasts surf on my pubes as I surf on his, so we can all get some airtime. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man.
Hey, man, I'm with you there. And I'm pretty sure everybody understood it from the border and from Jersey because that makes sense to me.
His name was Ricardo. Angie with the win.
There we go. Coming back full complete circle. Thank you, Angie.
Sorry. Wow.
There she goes. Yeah, Ricardo. I mean, dude, there's some really good I go to Vegas a lot. I run into a lot of impersonators there. I haven't showed them much love, but I think now I'm going to have to. I do have a convention coming up I'm going to go to.
Where?
In Dallas. I got Texas Frightmare. So we're doing, it's like a horror convention. Nice. And looking forward, it's going to be the good old, where are they at? Monster Squad. There they are. They'll be there. There we go.
Ooh, can I shout out the one I'm doing?
Yeah, go for it.
Anybody in the tri-state area, we are doing the Friday the 13th mini-con that they're having over in Blairstown, New Jersey. I believe it's actually at the Blairstown Diners. They have like a field there. We're doing it outdoor. But so they're going to have like 3 or 4 of the people from the Jason movies and other people and special guests. And the Good Soup Live will actually be filming a live episode from the HorrorCon.
That's awesome, man.
So that's a pretty big win. It's a big deal to me, man. I've never been included in any of that kind of shit. So
that's how I get started. You just, dude, and you go and you leave your mark and you keep going. I mean, they're awesome. I think that's one thing I love about the conventions. It showed me like how to be myself, be comfortable with myself, be amongst my own people, my peers.
Yeah, but do you still get giddy as fuck when you meet somebody? Like I did. I'm not gonna lie. When I met, I met Andy, and that was really cool. But when I met Ross Marquand, is that I don't know how to say it right.
No, I think you said it right, Marquand.
Okay, yeah, dude. I mean, my jaw was on the floor, and he's bullshitting with me like I'm the somebody in the room. I'm like, you know, like what are you fucking kidding me, dude? Like, dude, I couldn't afford to meet anybody else really. I could talk, but not. I got you. I've met a lot of celebs. I'm late to the game though. I started 4 years ago. I started like the tail end of 2018, and then I went hard on 2019. Then sure enough, pandemic hit, and had to start all over. But man, I've met a lot. I fanboy. Like my thing is, I fanboy out the first time, and even I found out I fanboy out doing this. Like I thought I'd be safe doing this. I met John Carpenter, and like you said, your interview, I had all my notes prepared, ready to meet him. And as soon as the timer started, I was like, Yep. Kevin opened that fucking curtain and walked out on our show, and my brain was like,
yeah,
we're gonna sit here in awe right now. Is what we're gonna fucking do.
Dude, it was like, dude, I when I went to go meet him in Rhode Island, I left for the airport at 4 a.m, man. And Kev did the Paramount the Thursday night before. and he was there at 4 a.m, and I was like, I want to talk to him, so I'm just gonna like turn around, I turn my back so I don't talk to him, I don't annoy him, I leave him alone. It's 4 a.m, and then our flight's getting ready to go, and I turn around and he's right in front of me because he's in the line, and I was like, man, and I just leaned over him and I said, hey, I just want to say I freaking booked this flight. I'm going to Rhode Island to go meet you, and you're right here. It's like at the airport. All I had to do is just
save you a fucking trip, bro.
Yeah. And he goes, no, he said something similar to that. He goes, oh, well, you got to make the trip. I'll see you there. And sure enough, I flew over there, got there, met him, and he was like, hey, you made it. I was like, oh, he remembered me. I was like, holy shit, that's cool.
He's good like that. He's real good with his callbacks, which we were talking about earlier about how both of us are possibly thinking about doing some stand-up stuff.
Yeah.
And yo, he did it to me the night of the poker game, man. We were talking, and I only talked for like 2 minutes because everybody at that poker game wanted to meet and have him sign shit. And I get it, dude. He's got to do his thing. But one of the things, I just let him know who I was. I was like, hey, my name's Bill. I'm the guy who hosts the Good Soup Live. He's like, I know who you are. I watch your show. And I was like, dude, that's really nice. Anyway, later on at the show, something happened, and we're sitting at the last table. It's the last two guys playing poker. Like the World Series of Smod Castle is coming to an end.
Yeah.
And Kevin looks up at me and he goes, oh, that's bad soup. And I was like, hey, nice.
Good old Kev, man, always coming in. Yeah, dude, like it's awesome. Like when you meet, man, I knew I was gonna, like, when I went to Rhode Island, I didn't realize, I was like, Kevin's on the menu, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to hang out with him or talk to him. So I'll pay, get my things. But then when I got there and I got to hang out with him, talk to him, and he was cool, and like he's all about the fans.
Oh yeah, he is. 100%.
Fans are priority, and he was like, he made it worth our time. But I mean, it was with, like, I've been bragging, I always brag about it, gonna brag again. When my boy Scott over here, that was the main.
Scott was, and we wanted to get Scott on in season 1 onto the show. I'm gonna try to get him for season 2. He was busy. It just, but he came on the big event in November, and the guy is such a cool dude. So nice.
I'm like, how did they get a rock star mixed up in all this? Like, they got an actual,
I have no idea. I wanted to jam with him, man. I've been telling him, I play. I've been playing since I was little, so I would love to put a little, like, virtual jam session going
dude
on,
That would be awesome. Yeah, we gotta see if we could figure something out. That'd be awesome. But we're running kind of to the end of the show, and I do want to ask you something, because I usually ask my guests this, and it's always I always like to know personally, what is your manic media now? What do you do to unwind? And do you use like Scott Meany likes to listen to vinyl records, even like Brandon E. Brooks on the IOU, one of our shows that we have here on the Indiescape Network, he likes to listen to music. I'm noticing a lot of people like music. Some people like to unwind by just being alone. What do you like? What is your manic media? What do you like to?
It's stupid, man, but it's the same thing every time. And I literally, I know I have a routine, so this is it. Do you know who Stephen Lynch is? The comedian. Singing comedian. He plays guitar.
I may have heard of him, but no.
Bro, he's absolutely probably one of the most offensive comedians I've ever heard in my life. He's horrible, but fuck is he funny. And like after I do the shows, like I have that, this puts me in that awesome mood to laugh and have a good time, man. So usually, I might smoke a little, and then I usually listen to Stephen Lynch, and then after I listen to 3 or 4 of his little comedy songs, and then I'll go to bed. Like, dude, that winds me down, man. I just get a good chuckle out. I have, I don't know. I do this to smile. So, like, when it's over, my wind down, I want it to be something that keeps that energy going, Yeah,
and keeps you motivated when you wake up. That's good, man. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, I'm right now gardening, because I got the garden going. So I got like the butternut squash, which is I'm in love with right now. It's the first thing I've done, but I do tomatoes and cucumbers.
And I'm stupid jealous, man. I really am, because like literally I've tried, and I have black thumb apparently. I kill everything I fucking touch.
I think I got lucky with the sun, where the sun's at, and then the water, and I get it. I think I understand enough, but I mean, I love it, but I didn't realize I was going to do that. As soon as the pandemic hit, I was like, all right, shit, I got to do 2 things. I mean, I got to figure something out. And the first thing I did was, because like all my little all my little my devices that I created to help me mentally like unwind were all physical things.
Yeah.
They were like, and as soon as I thought we lost conventions, I like broke down. I was like, no. And then when they came back, I got excited, and I was actually crying at Kim Rhodes' table. And I was like, oh, I can't hold it in. I'm sorry, Kim. It's like, I got all excited. And I was like, all right, well, I can't do conventions. I can't play basketball. That's like the gym's closed. I can't, like, what can I do? And I said, I'll go straight to gardening. And as soon as I started gardening, it was like such a like a release. But the thing with gardening is, it's once you set everything up, it's set it and just water and maintain. You know what I mean? And
I didn't have the mental struggle during pandemic because we worked. And at that point, I wasn't working 3 days a week. I was working 6.
Yeah.
But you had a different thing, man. You were so just burnt. It was just, you got to remember, man, they were holding us. They had legal right to hold us up to 4 or 5 hours late every day.
Damn,
and they did, bro.
Yeah. So your shift is not, it's like,
it was a little, long. It just, let me put it this way. This wouldn't have happened back then.
Yeah.
I was not the happier person I am joking around. I was miserable.
It makes it great. It makes it does, because I've even seen it when I go back in my old archives, I look at my old shows, and I'm like, I remember I was in a bad mood that day, and you can see and I'm like, damn. But I'm learning. If I go back when I go back to look at my stuff, I want to make sure it's entertaining, or I want to make sure at least there's a point to it. Or if not, don't do it. But at the same time, figuring this all out and trying to go with it has been the greatest accomplishment. Meeting people, someone like you, when you reached out to me, because spoiler alert, when you see season 2's intro, it's just gonna be somebody's fingerprints on that.
I can't wait. I'm so ask him. I've been bugging his ass every day about it. I'm like, I'm excited. I want to see it.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. We're going. But like even just seeing this, like I love that that's where I'm at now. And when I first started, I thought it was like, oh, it'll be a cute little thing to do. And then it's been like, no, I get it. And when you were saying about brand, like I didn't know anything about branding, but now I know what it is and I understand what it means. And it's like a thing now that I'm happy for it. I'm happy that I have a convention this weekend. I'm happy that I have questions. I'm finding out what I want. I don't like just showing up anymore. When I first started as a fanboy, just showing up was it. That was it for me. But then I started like hanging out with the celebrities, and they were like, when they talk to you, you're just like, why the fuck are you talking to me? And then they're just talking to me. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna hold this conversation, because I was like, there's all these people here, and you're like directly looking at me, and you're holding a conversation. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then I learned. I was like, oh, yeah, what's up? Michael Biehn was the first one that broke me into it. Like he helped me like understand and act. I had an acting question, and he fucking nipped that in the butt and went with it. And he was like, let me give you all this knowledge. And he gave me all, like I was doing something wrong, and he just turned it and freaking turned it around on me. And I was like, holy shit. That's like, he was, and then it's funny because Brandon E. Brooks has a Michael Biehn story too, where he told him, like, he gave him some great advice. I was like, dude, this dude's like, he knew exactly what I was asking. Like, even the way I think about the question, the way I asked it sounded so off, but he picked up on it, and he was like, this is what he's trying to say. Now I'm like, but like, I'm just getting better at, I guess. I mean, also I was like raised journalism, because that's all they had back then, mass comm. Right. So it's something that's always inside of me, but I don't like modern day journalism. I don't like media like that. So you just kind of find your way of doing it. You just use those techniques and bring them into this. Yeah. And but I love the conventions, man. It's like, it's one of the best places to go. Horror conventions, comic conventions, just for anybody, like movies, like film festivals.
I think we're going to the Classic Rewind weekend as well. I mean, we're not going to be I can't afford to broadcast from a convention that size, but we'll be there. I'll be walking around, and maybe maybe I'll hand out some stickers or some stuff.
Is that New Jersey, or was that it?
Yeah, it's in Jersey, and I believe Mr. Coogan, we were talking about earlier, is actually going to be there. So maybe I'll get lucky and get to meet him, man.
Oh, dude, I just took down my Keith Coogan photo. I have one with him. Dude, I got to talk to him. Like, he's so cool. Him and his wife, like, they're awesome. That's like they're one of the coolest people down the earth. But we're over time, so yes. I'm gonna let it go. I'm just gonna end the episode like this. Let's do a little plug in. Tell everybody once again what we have here, the Good Soup Live, where everyone can find you. Live.
It's Mondays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you can see it on YouTube, Facebook. We have the Good Soup Live group page, my page, the Adented Can page, the Adented Can TikTok, the Adented Can Instagram, or because there's an Apple Podcast or any other. Just search the Good Soup Live. We are the first thing to come up on every search server.
Awesome. Thank you, man. Yeah, we didn't even get to your TikTok, so I'm gonna have to come back about that, because that's a whole another different.
That was a lot of years of me just looking for a reason to laugh, and we just kept making TikToks because they were fun.
That's
That was
awesome, man. That's a good way to end it, because it's just you just enjoyed something and it led somewhere else, and it
Yeah.
blew up. So that's cool. But we'll get there. But well, Bill, it's signing off. Everybody, thank you for hanging out this episode of My Manic Mondays, the show where we just kind of talk about movies and mental health and just life. So, well, everybody, you have a good night, and we'll see you next week. Remember, in the Escape Network, that's where you'll find us. Peace.